What's up, everyone? Welcome to Math with Cowboy J. I'm Cowboy J, doing math the fun, the easy way. Let's get into it. Today is subtracting mixed numbers with like denominators and unlike denominators and with and without borrowing. Just like you do in rate of subtraction. If you can, you can. If you can't, you borrow. So we have a very simple 4 3/4 minus a 2 1/4. So the denominators are the same. So subtraction is my game. 3 minus 1 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. This is our RIP, which means it can be reduced by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the answer here is 2 1/2. Fairly simple when you have that. Match the denominator and the numerator is larger than the numerator at the bottom. Another quick and easy one again. 6 5/6 minus 3 4/6. Denominators are the same. So subtraction is my game. 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 3 is 3. This is a 1n, which means 1 is the numerator. So that means my fractions in this lowest term. Bam. All right, that was nice and easy. I know, right? So now we're going to do when you still have like denominators, but you have to borrow. You have to borrow, just like you would in a regular subtraction problem. You borrow here. So we have 4 1/4 minus 2 3/4. As you can see, this is more, but the 2 has a bigger fraction. So to solve this, I'm going to set the problem up. I have to create a borrow box, a plus add box, and a line for my new numerator. So I have to borrow, same way I would. I'm going to borrow from the 4. The 4 becomes a 3. I have to change the 1 that I borrowed into a fraction that still means 1. So that fraction is whatever the denominator is. So in this case, it's 4. So I'll be turning it into 4 over 4. So we're going to draw an arrow, moving this 4 here. Then we're going to add 1 plus 4 is 5, giving me my new numerator. Now I can subtract because my denominators are the same. 5 minus 3 is 2, and 3 minus 2 is 1. This can be reduced by 2, giving me 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my new answer here is 1 1/2. 1 1/2. Let's try another one. 6 4/6. So we got 6 4/6 minus 3 5/6. Minus 3 5/6. So again, this is bigger, but the 3 has a larger fraction. So with that being said, I'm going to have to borrow. So I get my borrow box, my plus, my box, and my new numerator. So I'm going to borrow from the 6. It's now a 5. I'm going to change the 1 that I borrowed into 6 over 6. So I'm just going to put the 6 there. 4 plus 6 is 10. Now my new numerator is larger than the other one. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Match the denominators, bring down the 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. Since this fraction is in order, it's an I-O. That means it can't be reduced. It's already in its lowest form possible. Now we're going to go into unlike. So now we're going to go into when the denominators are unlike. And if you've seen my other videos, you know like there are steps to find and create the least common denominator, because you have to find the least common denominator when you have unlike denominators. So I'm not going to make you guys go back and look for it. I'm just going to have it already here for us to use. So with unlike denominators, you have to find the LCD, which is the least common denominators. So anytime you have that, the first step is to set the problem up for success. And then you're going to go steps 2 through 6. So in this case, let's see which one of 2 through 6 our problem falls up under. We have 6 4/5. So again, this is unlike denominators. So we got 6 4/5 minus 4 6/10. So again, we don't have matching denominators. So I'm going to set the problem up. So 5 and 10. See if small denominator is a factor of large denominator. 5 is a factor of 10, so that makes 10 the least common denominator. 10 times 1 is 10. 1 is so nice, I write it twice. 6 times 1, 6. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 is so nice, I write it twice. 4 times 2 is 8. Now that I have matching denominators, I can simply subtract the numerators, and I can subtract 6 minus 4, which gives me 2. But my fraction can be reduced by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my answer over here is going to be 2 1/5. Let's try another one. 8 4/6 minus 4 2/12. Again, we have those unlike denominators. So what do? Set the problem up. You are correct. So again, start with the first one. Is 6 a factor of 12? Is anything times 6 that give me 12? 2. So that means that 12 is going to be our least common denominator. Good job. 12 times 1 is 12. 1 is so nice, I write it twice. 2 times 1 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 is so nice, I write it twice. 4 times 2 is 8. Now I can subtract. 8 minus 2 is 6. 12, which can be reduced by 6, which gives me 1/2, and 8 minus 4 is 4. So my answer here is 4 1/2. And again, that was unlike denominators without borrowing. So now we got to see what we do when we have to borrow. And if you think about it, it's the same way we do with unlike denominators. With like denominators. The only difference is what? Yes, we have to get those, at least we have to get that LCD first. Once we get the LCD, once we turn our unlike into a like, easy to solve. So let's go with 6 2/5. 6 2/5 minus 4 6/10. 4 6/10. So we already know how this goes. We know 5 is a factor of 10. I don't know why I keep doing that. Yeah. So we know 5 is a factor of 10. So 10 is going to be our LCD. 10 minus 1 is 10. 1 is so nice, I write it twice. It gives me 6. And 5 times 2 is 10. 2 is so nice, I write it twice. 2 times 2 is 4. Uh-oh. We see that we still can't subtract. So what do? We know this. Over here gets the borrowing box. Over here gets the plus box. And we get the new numerator line. We borrow from the 6. It becomes a 5. It turns into the denominator, which is 10. The one that we borrow becomes 10 over 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 minus 6 is 8. Both numbers are even, so they can be divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. It's in order, so that fraction can't be reduced anymore. Come back over to my whole numbers. 5 minus 4 is 1. So my new answer here is 1 4/5. And the next one is 7 2/12. I'm sorry, 8. This is 8, sorry. 8 2/12 minus 4 5/6. Again, we see we don't have those matching denominators. So again, what do? Set the problem up. 6 is a factor of 12. 12 times 1 is 12. 1 is so nice, I write it twice. 2 times 1 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 is so nice, I write it twice. 5 times 2 is 10. I still can't subtract, so again, I get subtract my borrow box plus my add box and my new numerator. So again, I borrow 1 from the 8, it becomes 12 over 12. And 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 minus 10 is 4 over 12, which can be reduced by 4, which gives me 1/3. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring over my fraction. Answer here is 3 1/3. So remember, it's the same way as if you're borrowing. Instead of borrowing 10s, you're borrowing 1s, and your 1 always becomes a fraction of whatever the denominator is. This has been Math with Cowboy J. Until next time, love you. Peace.